Hello and welcome to Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens, where we explore the behaviors of organizations and teams and individuals that actually define how people perceive you and perceive your services, perceive your products. I always encourage leaders and organizations and individuals, if you don't define this space, this culture, this environment, then others will define it for you. Not only do you need to define it, but you have to reinforce it. So come on in and join us today. And so you have to reinforce it, reinforce what you how you want people to see you, how you want people to think about you, what you want them to reinforce the perception and how they want to move about and interact with you. It's all in your control and how you put it together. And today we're talking about ain't got time to die. This thought came to me as I was having dinner with a colleague, and we were talking about just how so many just allow time to be wasted. I mean, and they could be doing things and talking about things, but not talking about anything or not doing anything. And this is not your typical time management type conversation. So don't turn it off because you're like, oh, I'm a good time manager. This goes deeper than that. The and I picked and when as I was thinking about the fact that um, are we conscious of the gift we've been given called time? Conscious enough to use it and be responsible and really manage it, not only manage it, but experience it every moment that we have. And so when I started to think more and more about this, because you might say, ain't got time to die, that's pretty that's pretty deep, Yvette. That might be a little over exaggerating. No, I don't think so. Um, because and this is actually a title of a spiritual that my father used to sing with the choirs that he led and that were under his direction, and he would get up there with his in his 6 foot 6 inches broad shoulders, very rich baritone voice, and bellow out in an acapella rendition of Ain't Got Time to Die. And the composer, the writer, Francis Hall Johnson, is actually in encouraging us and saying to his God, to his Lord, that he has to praise Jesus. He has to be about what God has sent him to here to be about. He even gets a part in the song where he says, "Get out of my way and let me do what God has called me to do." And so when you think about that, he's really saying, he also mentions, let me, because I've got to be busy praising. I've got to be busy feeding the poor. I have to be busy helping people to be their best. I have to be busy lifting up and encouraging other people. So, are we using our time the way that we really should maximize it? That's what Ain't Got Time to Die is all about. And I want to suggest, I want to just put out there that if you're not conscious about every moment, not to the point that it becomes overthinking and working and being hard on yourself and just scheduling and doing everything, but are even in the times when you have your own moments, your own times of reflection, which is actually good times. Are you conscious of it? Because I've seen so many people, you've been around people who are like, okay, we say we're going to go somewhere, we say we're going to do this, and we're sitting around and we're saying, yep, I'm going to do that. Yep, we're getting ready to go. Get your things together. I'm getting my things together. I'm picking up. And you find yourself circling your living room. You find yourself circling your bedroom. or your kitchen, just picking up stuff, putting it down, picking up, putting it down in a different place, not in the right place, but you're just doing it. Or you're like, oh, you're saying, oh, we're getting ready to go, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and really on your phone, or and you're like, okay, get it together, we're going to go, this is where we're going to go, and you are now an hour behind the time when you first said we were going to go. Still sitting there. Still sitting there. So I wanted to bring out 4 points today. 4 points as we talk about I ain't got time to die, because I want to suggest to you that when we are just allowing time to pass us by, not that we're not doing something, but what we're doing is not serving us, nor serving mankind, nor serving our purpose. It's not serving. It's not serving God. It's not serving. When we're just regurgitating things that are really out of control, or how about this? None of our business. We keep rehearsing and talking about stuff and talking about stuff that is not in our control, and it's talking and talking and talking, and you get tired of hearing yourself, but yet you keep talking about the same stuff that you can't change. We can change us and we can change our reaction to things, but we can't change other people. We can encourage them, but are you using your time? And I want to suggest that when you're not, you are actually dying. You are letting your hopes, you're letting your dreams, you're letting your potential, you're letting everything that's within you that wants to be released, you're letting it die. You're simply letting it die. And so there's 4 things I wanted to talk about. One, quality. When we're in a moment, are we maximizing it? Is it a quality time? And again, this means um, from making decisions in a timely and quality manner, that we have taken all the information that we've been given, and with that information, we are um, maximizing our thought process to bring forth the best decision that we can make at that moment. Recognizing that when we get more information, or when we see the results and we don't like those results, we simply can change that decision. But quality requires that we make decisions in a timely manner and act upon those decisions. And we engage people in those decisions that need to be engaged. And we don't pull people into the process of deciding when we don't need them to be. Too often we're anchoring and hanging on to other people around us when we just need to make a decision. Quality. Are we spending quality time in relationships, or are we in relationships that aren't serving us, or are pulling us down, and you feel worse than when you came? Quality, quality time. Are we just picking up something and putting it in a different place, and moving it around and carrying it around, and then putting it right back where we found it, which is not the place where it belongs? Quality. The second thing I wanted to mention is efficiency. We need to be efficient in our time. So, how much could you get done in that hour that you sat around talking about how you were going to change this and how you were going to do this? How much could you get done in doing in that time space than talking? I once was under the leadership of someone who said, we have too many meetings and we're not doing. And so let's stop meeting as much and do more. And that brings me to my third point: balance. We need balance. You do absolutely need to plan. You do absolutely need to make sure that you're in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time with the right people. You absolutely need your time to quiet yourself, quiet your body, quiet your mind, quiet your spirit, quiet your soul. But you also need those times when you're producing the revenue, where you're putting in strategy, where you're actually working out the details of your plans and your frameworks and your sales campaign and your marketing and your communication, where you're absolutely planning what's your next event and how you're going to impact and help the children, or um, help other leaders, or help people who are coming up underneath you, or behind you, or in your sphere of influence. You do need those times, not only to plan but to execute and also reflect. Balance. How do you restore yourself? How do you restore and regenerate your energy? We all need balance. So you ain't got time to die. And we die when we are not mindful of the time that we have. And am I spending too much time in one place trying to make it perfect? You will not get it there. Do the very best you can, make the very best decisions you can in the moment, and keep moving. Otherwise, you're dying on the vine. I ain't got time to die. I'm too busy serving the people that I've been given to serve. I'm too busy making changes and revamping, and I'm too busy doing what I have been called to do. I'm too busy. I ain't got time to die. You can't spend too much time overthinking um and overthinking. So quality, efficiency, balance, and then lastly, repurpose. What do you mean, Yvette? There are those moments when we get into a space where we were supposed to be able to accomplish this, but that is not happening. Things have changed. It's not happening. It's all the elements, all the things that we needed to come together to make that time to be what we expected it to be is not there. So do we just do nothing? Repurpose the time. How can you make something out of that time that's going to serve you, serve your community, serve your organization? How can you make it better? Repurpose the time, because you ain't got time to die. You won't have time to waste. You don't have time to lose. We are in a sense of urgency where we all have to be busy responding to the assignments that are given. Am I really impacting and helping organizations change to maximize their outcomes? Am I helping individuals grow and know their self-worth and self-value and purpose, and helping them to have a strategy to be able to get to where from point A to point B? Absolutely, in every moment. I once had someone say to me, "You do this everywhere. You do this all the time. You never stop." Because when it's a part of who you are, you do find it coming up in your conversations. And does that mean that I don't relax? Does that mean that you don't um, just chill? No. But when something is so ingrained in you, others on the outside will say, "This is who she is. This is who he is. This is what he does. This is what she does. This is why they do it. This is why they're here." And when you're in that element of just nothing happening, and that's what brought it up when I was having dinner with that colleague the other night. I just recognized that I had been over the weekend in a period of time, and it wasn't a long period of time because it was really bothering me that there was nothing happening. There was words that were being said, people were moving their hands or whatever, but nothing in that space was happening. And it really irritated my being. It really irritated inside of me to the point I had to get up and go. Because I don't have time to die. I don't have time to stop. I don't have time to just sit around and waste. and do nothing. I don't. And neither do you. Neither do you. So I challenge you today to reflect on the fact that you ain't got time to die. You don't have time to waste. And you absolutely need to be mindful of the quality, the efficiency, the balance, and the repurpose you have in those moments of time that you've been given. Make decisions, make quality decisions in a timely manner. Take action that's further your organization and further you and help others around you. Be balanced in your time and how you're supporting not only the bottom line or your revenue or your personal growth, but also how you're helping the people around you, helping the people who are helping you fulfill the vision, stretching them, taking them to new capabilities, challenging them to take on new assignments, challenging them, giving them opportunities. Because you can challenge people to do and take thing on new assignment, to take on new skill sets, but are you giving them the opportunities? People should have options. Empowering people to have options, empowering organizations to have options, empowering you to move from stuck to unstuck, from stuck to productivity, from stuck to momentum. That's why I'm here. And if you are in a space where you would like help, you need help, you know you can do better, you know there's more inside of you, you know your team has lost some steam, or they need a way to reignite and get even greater steam, because we can rest on our laurels. But what's the next thing? What's the next innovation? What's the next engineering move that we can do? What's the next strategy that we can execute on? Are you in a space when you need someone to help you come in and minimize the distractions and maximize the outcome of the changes that you're wanting to see in yourself and in your team? Remember, organizations are made up of people. An organization of in and of itself is only what the people who are part of it make it. Are we investing in the individuals? Because you ain't got time to die. You ain't got time to die. And it's going to take all of your time to fulfill your purpose. And that does require balance, but it takes all of your time to be mindful of who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, how you're going to get there, when you're going to be able to sit, quiet your mind, quiet your spirit, quiet your heart, quiet your physical being. Allow your shoulders to drop, allow your stress in your hands to be released, allow your mind and your legs to relax. Just relax. That's balance. But it all requires you to be very mindful of the time that you have. My friends, let's not waste time anymore. Let's be about action. Let's be about doing. Let's be about fulfilling. Let's be about creating opportunities for ourselves and for others. And you can only do that when you recognize that it takes all of your time to fulfill everything that's in you through quality, efficiency, balance, and repurposing those moments that don't start out as you intended, but you absolutely can turn them around and make them what you desire them to be in the moment. And then you won't have to say, "Oh, that was a waste of time." You may say, "We went there to do one thing, but this is what happened." and it's good. It's all good. So if you are one that you know that you want help, your team needs help to get unstuck, to regain those momentums, that high performing team, that high performing capability that's within you needs to come to life, connect with me. I also want to invite everyone to Power Pure Pursuit, which is happening on October 21st, right here in Bloomfield, Connecticut. If you're in the area, in the region, reach out. I can send you the information. That is going to be an experience like never, ever before. It's when you can take in a safe environment and bring in those skills, practice, not only practice, but utilize those skills, those leadership skills, stretch how you're going to even edify and build up your businesses, ideas, all around pursuing power pure. Because unfortunately, society has moved away from the purity of how we're to lead ourselves and how we lead others. It's time to get back to it. It's time to maintain healthy character. And that's what we're going to have, an energy power packed night at Power Pure Pursuit experience on October 21st, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here in Bloomfield, Connecticut. So I look for you to be in the room. I expect the room to be full and packed, and you will never be the same again. And again, I'm available for coaching, for speaking engagements, for workshops, because people need to know. Organizations need to be empowered. People need to be empowered, and they need to understand they have options. And you can work your way back into confidence, into self value, and to self worth. Because when someone steals it, you need someone to help you come back. When you get into that next leadership position, you need someone to voice and to silence those voices that say, up, you're not making the right decision. You need someone to come alongside you and say, I'm here for you. Let's do this together. You need someone to speak, to allow your destiny to speak out loud and help you to do that. You can find my coaching information and how you can contact me on the bottom of the screen. Remember, you ain't got time to die. Let's get busy, because it takes all of us, each one of us, to create a healthy environment where everyone can thrive. And when the individuals in your organizations thrive, the organizations thrive. Have a fantastic day.